Okay, guys, welcome back to another show of Let's Paint TV. Monday, another day in creativity land. Let's see if I can get this to work, if possible. Yeah, we're still on autopilot. I think my mind is not necessarily here with you, so bear with me. I am drinking some coffee, so possibly I will be more inspired to do something here in a sec, but we shall see in a sec. Okay, let's see if I can get this out of the way. There's no guarantees. We don't offer guarantees here, but we do persevere. We do persevere, and we do plug away. We do plug away. We do come up with something out of nothing, ultimately, because we do come here with nothing, and we end up with nothing or something. It really is sort of a one or the other. It's not a it's not a big decision making kind of thing that we do here. It's just really more of a just sort of a plug in, plug and play, sort of a plug and play kind of thing. Okay, I need some more coffee. Let me get rid of this. The thing about this studio is the kind of the beauty of it is that it is always being taken apart, pulled apart, piece by piece, and for use in other modes of transportation. For the Let's Paint TV enterprise. Okay, audio is low. Fuck. What the fuck? The thing is turned on, no? Do I need to turn this up higher? Is that going to be better? How's that? Is that better? How's that? Am I talking better now if I turned it up? I turned up the volume on that thing. Is that better? Is that better? Oh, that's got to be better, because I see the fucking bars going up big time. Yeah. Yeah, now. How about that, huh? You want that? You like that? Okay, I think that works. Okay, the coffee's starting to kick in, but my mind hasn't really quite figured anything out. I'm still. I'll tell you what. I am still, frankly, bemuddled, lost for words with this tsunami thing, earthquake, nuclear meltdown. I'm really. It's kind of. Well, that's just amazing. You know what it is? It just shows you how life is. You think that the ins and outs of life are working, or sex, food, getting fucked up, getting drunk, and then you see shit like that, and it is kind of a. It is sort of a. Well, it's just amazing. It's amazing how this world works, really, and as you can tell from watching the events turn over this weekend, you can tell that we really don't have a grasp of any of it. We don't have much control in a way. So, cheers to you all out there. Hope you handle it as best you can. And but there's not much. What else can we do? What can we do? I mean, okay, maybe no more nuclear power plants. Maybe we shouldn't do that. But other than that, what can you do about an earthquake and a tsunami? I mean, and I'll tell you what. As you probably heard, the Japanese are well versed in earthquakes. They are so well prepared for earthquakes, and look how they, it's still an catastrophe, whatever. It is pretty awful. And you could only imagine if something like that happened, say here, in this on the West Coast here. I'll tell you, I can imagine what would happen. We are relatively somewhat prepared, but I think what you would add to that equation would be looting. Have you heard anybody looting in Japan? I've been to Japan, and it'd be hard to imagine hordes of people smashing windows and looting stores and going into residencies. Though I guess it could be the case. But anyway, add that to what would be happening here, I suspect. All right. Well, anyway, I'm just sort of shocked at seeing that. Of course, Haiti just last year, and then Indonesia, which I'll tell you, that Indonesia thing was pretty amazing too. Oh man, that tsunami thing is just. I think we're all kind of familiar with the idea of an earthquake. Obviously, not an earthquake that gigantic, but the tsunami thing, that's just intense. So anyway, but last few days I've been down to the beach. Last few days I've been going down to the beach and painting, and it's just kind of strange to see the ocean, relatively calm. It's knowing that it could just, all of a sudden, not necessarily all of a sudden. I mean, there will be some telltale signs, like I guess an earthquake or something. Usually, right? I guess maybe not. Though I think that thing that in Indonesia, remember, there wasn't really a earthquake to cause that per se. Now, if you want to get into the thinking that there's the thought that possibly it has something to do with some sort of military thing that was maybe, there's always that speculation, right? I'm a little rusty on this, but when they had that Indonesian thing, there was talk about, I think it's up in Alaska or something, or there's some weird, secret military thing where they mess with frequencies, or I'm rusty. You guys might know what I'm talking about. I'm definitely not a Alex Jones here, or this is definitely not Coast to Coast Late Night with Robert Norrie or whatever. All right, but it is what it is. So, guys, anyway, I just want to let you know that I love you all. How about that? There's really not much else. I mean, man, to be swept away in a tsunami, man, that must be, or engulfed in an earthquake and smashed, to bits and pieces. I think we can handle, at least grasp our minds on the idea of war and someone shooting at you, or someone stabbing you or beating you to death in rage. Oh, what the hell? What is this? What the hell is this? Hello?
Hello. The following is an important message about your website. This is our final attempt to contact you. Due to a lack of traffic to your website over the past 30 days, you have been reissued your temporary promo code in order to have your website submitted into the major search engines.
You're so full of
your
shit.
Your promo code is only valid through tomorrow in which the setup fees.
Fuck you. Fuck you on that shit. Don't be calling my fucking number like that. What is it with this Skype now? They had me upload to a new system for Skype, and now I'm getting this all. It's all fucked up. It's all got a crazy ass calls and now I'm getting pissed off, but I still love you guys. Okay. Okay, it's Monday. I'm just kind of shocked about that. And honestly, I don't really know how I would handle how does one handle that? The impending sort of feeling like it's the end of the world kind of thing. Are you feeling that, guys? Are you feeling like a little bit? I am possibly feeling that, but if you look back in history, you can go way back when to Pompeii, right? Pompeii was engulfed in ashes, right, by the Mount Vesuvius or whatever. So there has been over time, over eons, awful catastrophes, and I guess there's really not much. There's not much we can really do about that. Okay, a priest 101 is given the old President Kennedy thing. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Was that Kennedy or was that somebody else? I think it was Kennedy. Anyway, yeah, there's not much. In a way, like I said earlier, I think one could probably reconsider and like we did with 3 Mile Island, we had a moratorium, 30-year moratorium on nuclear power plants. I suspect that we need to take those back off the grid and try to get rid of those altogether. Just that nuclear everything, nuclear reactors are just bad news. I mean, you got people in Iran and people in North Korea claiming that they're building nuclear reactors for power. Can you imagine? Look, can you tell me this? Regardless if they're mischievously using them for nuclear bombs, which is probably what they possibly are using them for, or using the uranium and all that stuff, but are you gonna trust people in these other? Well, I mean, are you gonna trust us for that matter? But I mean, how are these people gonna? I mean, what about a nuclear power plant in Iran that has a 9-point whatever earthquake? If Japan can't barely handle it, what about Iran or North Korea with their freaking nuclear power plants? Though I doubt that they're really using those for nuclear power plants. But regardless. This nuclear power is just I'm sorry, I don't think we need to be having it. And even in Japan, it's only 20% of their electricity or whatever power. I think they could figure out how to just get rid of it and get more other ways that will not be of such dramatic consequences. If and when, and there obviously, apparently, it's pretty much proven there is a when that this shit goes down. So why are you so stupid? Why are you so stupid to think that you can have enough safeguards to prevent this? It doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. And yes, I know wind power and solar power, that shit does not work very well. I'm not saying it does, and I'm not saying that is the answer. But I think possibly one's minds could be put together to develop better sources of energy that would not cause a nuclear meltdown. Okay, anyway, so you're watching Let's Paint TV. I really, again, just and I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint, and I'm just sort of in a mental stupor of sorts. Because you could almost imagine, geez, what if this, it's hard. It is obviously hard to grasp what is actually going on since you're not there. I know it's not really easy to to experience it since you're not there. I mean, and that's the case for all aspects of major earth shaking news, say war and earthquakes and all that kind of good stuff, or bad, frankly. So there you go. That's where I'm at. My mind's just not there thinking about making artwork. Though, I mean, you do kind of have to keep going, I suppose. If you guys, any of you out there, have any thoughts that there might be a God, or something like that, and then praying can be of a benefit, possibly. I'm one to think that it could. However, I'm not necessarily 100% convinced that that there is a God, but I think there is. But I don't think that any of us will ever know when we disembark from this planet and find out what is on the other side of the veil. The veil. I don't think we'll ever, and probably even then, I don't think you're going to figure it out. We're not going to know either. So I don't really know where to go from this, except for that you're still watching this at this moment. So we're still here, and we just possibly keep moving on. Obviously, one needs to, I suppose. We do. Okay, you're watching Let's Paint TV. We're here every day, Monday to Friday, 11 to 12 noon. We usually try to get you excited with your creative output, and actually, this is actually as good a time as ever to regroup, understand where you're coming from, and possibly incorporate creativity into your life, at least as because again, I know most of us are not really, in general, are not necessarily directly affected, except for I'm sure some of us have some connections, or actually somehow we are actually potentially even there. This is and there will be other things. You think that this is it? No more wars, no more earthquakes, no more. That's just not going to happen. You would think that we as humans could possibly figure out how to not have any more wars, but that is obviously has not been proven to ever stay in place. So that's never going to be resolved. So there will be more wars in the future, and more natural catastrophes. Now there is, I do hear speculation that there is more and more of this in closer time frames. So you had Haiti, you had Indonesia, now Japan, and I guess there was an earthquake that none of us up here really heard too much about, but an earthquake in New Zealand. But clearly that was not as overwhelming as, say, the Haiti or Indonesia and Japan. So who's next? Who wants to volunteer? Anybody? Any part of the world wants to volunteer for some sort of a major belch from this planet that we live on Earth? Anyone wants to volunteer to this so that we can? And actually, I think as I was going back to that Indonesia thing, anyone know about what I was talking about? Priest 101 says he knows the truth. It's a conspiracy, and I think maybe Priest, you know what I'm talking about. Then that there's a conspiracy theory that there's some sort of military uh, a place. I think it's sort of like in Alaska, and somehow they control like the radio waves kind of thing, and that's and so they're well aware of these, and actually that's the people have complained about that. That's probably what happened to Haiti too. Is so then they pick these places, Haiti and Indonesia, as for some reason they pick those places as a way to release some of the Earth's gaseous belches that need to be let out. I don't know. I really don't know. Ultra frequency waves. Yeah, there's some weird thing, but see, you would think that if that was the case, they would have, taken over or had it happen in areas where there weren't so many people. Obviously, right? Like maybe a desert, wouldn't you think? So I don't know why it would be, and now obviously Japan, there's clearly, I don't see how anyone would have a military who supposedly is in control of such a crazy devices such as that would unleash it on northern Japan. So I'm not really sure, but if you want to talk to, I guess, Alex Jones or the Coast to Coast people, I'm sure that they'll have, or just look it up on Yahoo, YouTube. I'm sure you can find some of this stuff. There's also stuff on the YouTube where they show there's speculation that there was UFOs flying over the just above the tsunami in various places. Have you seen those? Yeah. Anyway, who knows? I'm not one to have a definite answer. I'm just sort of regurgitating what sort of has gone through this brain of mine, which of course I do that pretty much every day, though usually we tend to spend more time with painting, since it is called Let's Paint TV. Though I guess we're not painting today, are we? Yeah, what about Nostradamus? And then 2012's coming up, guys. What about that? That'll be good. The end of the Aztec, the end of the calendar. Okay, let me get rid of that shot if I can. How do I get rid? I want to get rid of that blue screen if I can. Let me see. Maybe that. HAARP. That's Blyron. That's it. Yeah, HAARP, weather control. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. But yeah, that's there's a lot of interest in that, and obviously you could look that up and figure out for yourself what if that is viable, true, or it's hard for me to maybe I'm just too much of an optimist in some ways to think that we are planning such demise of other people. I mean, this is as a government or as a military, some sort of it's not necessarily the government anymore. It's the military, right? I guess I don't know. I mean, it's hard to believe that we would do that kind of stuff. And however, I guess that's how governments stay in power, right? I guess I'm not really sure if that it needs to be done that way. And maybe one can possibly through I think there's always optimistic hope that stuff like that. I guess I'm on the optimistic side here, and maybe that's wishful thinking. to think that things such as that, misconduct, say, of governments, would be pointed out by, say, sources such as WikiLeaks, and other things that you can find on the internet, right? I mean, you like to think, I kind of like to think that that kind of stuff that it possibly is not say kosher, would be pointed out, but maybe not. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. Again, I don't know why I'm talking about so much about the government, but I guess since it does, I'm not thinking. I honestly am not really thinking that this is some sort of government harp thing that happened. I'm still not really certain any of that's really true. But there is a lot of speculation, obviously. I don't think anyone's actually talking about that, are they? About this earthquake and tsunami, and now nuclear meltdown. But I'll tell you one thing. What is this nuclear? I mean, shouldn't we just get rid of that whole thing altogether? I'm really. I just think that's just about the dumbest, unsafest thing that you could even have. But then again, if Mother Earth is just going to blow up on us anyway, self-destruct on itself anyway, we might as well just let's all party. Let's just all party right now. Let's just all party right now and have a good time. And party like it's 1999. You know what I'm saying? Let's just party like it's 1999. I don't know what else we can do. We can't save this planet. Or can we? Do you think we can save this planet, guys? Is it? Or if we could, how can we do it? Through creativity, maybe? Well, that's my only answer. That is my only way out. It's been my only saving grace, my friends. That's my only card I have. Is I always go to the creativity card. It ain't a bad option. At least you go down trying. But it sadly may not have any. Might not be the answer. But then again, you're not going to live forever. You're not going to live forever. So, cheers. Cheers to you all out there in cyberspace. All you people who I'll never meet in person, which is maybe a good thing. I don't know, or a bad thing. I'm kidding, guys. I love you all. I do. What's going on in the chat room? I'm not really reading very much here. Did I ever see Ziggest? No, I did not. I did see. I think I saw Ziegfeld Follies. Is that similar? I suspect it's not. Zeitgeist, isn't that isn't that like a Michelin guide for restaurant reviews? Zeitgeist. I'm getting it all wrong. Okay. Oh my God, you did see it. Oh no, I didn't see it. No, apparently I didn't see it, did I? Look, I'm not big in. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But obviously, there's a lot of people that spend a lot of time with that kind of stuff. I don't actively look for that stuff, but I am aware of that stuff. So, and I guess it's good. It's good that someone's actively looking for it because I tend to be a little complacent, frankly, thinking that what I am being told is the truth by our government, by businesses, by you. That's right, you. what you're writing there is the truth. I'm gullible, is what I'm trying to say, for the most part. Though not always, but I tend to I give people the benefit of the doubt, and so it's good that other people don't, and look for maybe worst case scenarios or stuff like that, or other end arounds on why or how we are advancing on this planet. John, are you afraid our government, our gov, fear you finding out the truth and try to silence the truth? Well, I'll I'm never going to have the truth. I'm not looking for the truth. Um, I'm just sort of repeating stuff that's out there. So I'm not terribly I wouldn't be one to be silenced. I suspect not, but you never know. So be it, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not. The whole thing too about secrets too. I mean, geez, I guess in some cases maybe a secret is necessary, right? Now I'm sounding like Donald Rumsfeld or somebody, right? But I mean, maybe governments need to have secrets. I suspect that in some cases they may. I guess the thing is that you might want to wonder, well, what side are they on if you are keeping these secrets, and is it really for the good for everybody, or is it just good for the select few? Is it one of these kind of things where it's just full on evil? Sometimes you wonder what how things get wrapped up, and how this thing that if you go the evil route and start kind of placing what is evil, yeah, it's kind of scary. But I'm not the right person to actually address that or even point it out. I'm definitely not a Pied Piper for this kind of thinking, because frankly I don't really know. I don't know. I'm just aware that there's a lot of stuff out there. Anyway, so guys, Dooley's on his treadmill or elliptical. I got it right. Okay, it's Monday, guys. I don't feel like painting. Okay, if you're here to see me paint, I'm not painting. I spent the whole weekend painting. I did this performance in downtown Los Angeles. I posted it on YouTube. You guys can check it out. Check it out on YouTube. It's at the Think Tank Gallery. The audio is crap, so just watch it for just sort of documentary purposes, I suppose. Actually, the Think Tank guys rigged up a little hero cam. What's that? A hero HD cam, and they put it on my chest, and so I during the performance it was filming, and I was I've been thinking about getting those helmet cam things, and so they put one on, and then also they had a kind of a fisheye lens thing from above, and so I don't know what they're going to do with that, but they have their own YouTube channel, so they'll probably put something out shortly, or if not already. I think it's called Think Tank Collective. That's their YouTube username. Anyway, it was fun. It was a fun time. This past Friday night, and then the last other couple of days I was out at the beach painting and just sort of looking out at the ocean and looking at dolphins, and it's quite beautiful, I must say. And then also you can't help but thinking about a tsunami engulfing the entire area that you're standing in, and sweeping everyone out into the ocean. Yeah, Anyway, I'm just sort of I'm a little perplexed about that. Or shocked or stunned. Stunned. That's maybe the more. Can I change that? That's the new Skype phone call. That just sucks. I hate that. Okay, I hung up on the guy by accident. I'm sorry. This is this new Skype thing. Call back. I'm sorry. 213. Give me a call back. I hung up. I hit the red button instead of the green button. It's a new thing, and I don't like it. I don't like the way it calls. Maybe I can change the preferences. I don't know. And then it's all big and noisy. Anyway, you just move on with your life, guys. I know the end of the world seems near, and it's close. It's coming, I suppose, or not. And I say or not because there are these awful moments on Earth's planet over many over the past 100 2,000 whatever years. I mean, so there have been these terrible things that do happen, but it is overwhelming to see, and obviously if you were there firsthand, oh my God, that would be even just incredible. So, but like I mentioned, Mount Vesuvius or whatever, Vesuvius, and then there was a time. It was only like in the 1600s or 1700s or sometime like that, and someone maybe you guys are out there are better on your history. There was a time when the Earth, again, it was from volcanic eruptions that somewhere, I forget where, that, or maybe it was Mount Vesuvius, whatever. I'm not good on my history right now, though I love history. I think, I mean, it's interesting. There was a place, there was a time when so this volcanic eruption, and maybe it was more than one volcano, I don't know, but it covered the whole entire Earth for like literally a whole year. There was no sun for a whole year, and this was only in the last 100 whatever years. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Was it Vesuvius? Volcanic. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Maybe I'm off base, which usually I am. I usually am pretty much off base here at times, since I don't have my facts ever. I don't have a staff or a crew to do, or I don't get any prep here. It's clearly I'm off the top of my head, and my head is not necessarily well adjusted at this moment, or maybe ever. Okay, so maybe no one really knows what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, which is fine. But I do know one thing, and that is that if you guys are into praying or think about God ever, then say a prayer for those people in Japan. But also, all the other war-torn and fucked up places that are sort of happening. Feel free to pray for them if you can. Okay. Well, anyway, cheers on that. If you want to call and talk about that, give us a call, 818-528-4516, or Skype us at Let's Paint TV. All right, let's talk to our cousin Paulette.
Hi, Jonathan.
Yeah, hi. What's going on?
Just saying hi.
All right. Good.
Thanks. I don't know. It sounds like you're doing a little soul searching after all the catastrophe.
Oh, is that what you're sensing?
A little bit.
You're feeling that, huh?
Well, I kind of think I had a little bit too. It's like, it's like, holy crud, life is so fragile, or can be, I mean, in spite of the fact that we're these
But I mean, it always has been, though. You know, that's the thing. You got to
Yeah.
remember. You got to remember it always has been. You go. I'm always bringing up Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, you're always saying to me, remember Mount Vesuvius. It's like pretty much every conversation we have, you're gonna, try and get that in there.
Did I mention that I made a video of Mount Vesuvius? I made a mountain that kind of reminded me of what was that movie with it wasn't E.T., it was the other one.
Oh, Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No. It was about extraterrestrials, and the guy from Jaws was the main, Richard Dreyfuss.
It's Close Encounters.
Close Encounters, and so I made a Mount Vesuvius sort of similar the way Richard Dreyfuss made some sort of alien mountain.
You could redo that and just do the Fukushima power plant.
Yeah, there's I have no interest in doing anything like that. I just
yeah, no, I hear you.
I'm not really I'm not one to I'm not interested in making fun of Charlie Sheen either. That's just not what I do. I'm not into just taking advantage of whatever popular culture is. It's not really necessary. There's plenty of people doing that. There will be plenty of people doing that. And that's just, I don't care. I realize my existence isn't to constantly make fun of what society, popular culture, or natural catastrophes, if you will, also. I'm just not going to play that game. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to.
I was just throwing it out there. I'm not, promoting. I'm sorry if I seem like I'm the devil.
No. It's. I think obviously, how about the whole thing. Say with AIDS, right? AIDS was a pretty amazing, a scary thing that happened, right? And it took a while before people could kind of joke about it, right? I think there's always that factor too. I think how long do you want to wait before you start, I guess, making a movie about it, or somehow, I don't know if you can really make a joke about it, but I guess someone probably did, probably in maybe Larry the Cable Guy did or something. I don't know. Jeff Foxworthy. I don't know. I don't know. Do they make AIDS jokes? I don't think they do they? They probably don't, do they?
That's I think maybe if you actually have AIDS.
Holocaust jokes? Do there are people that do that? I mean, I suppose there would be. Maybe a Muslim comedian makes jokes about the Holocaust. I suspect they do. I don't
Well,
know.
no, I think if it happens to you, that you can joke about it to relieve the stress and strain of it.
Right. Well, humor is the best is a good anecdotal medicine of sorts.
To deal with overwhelming circumstances.
Yeah, but I think there's also kind of a period where you kind of go, fuck. Well, like after 9/11, remember? In particular, I'm thinking of Letterman. He didn't do the show for a few days or maybe a week. I don't know how long he didn't do the show after 9/11, but he finally came back and he knew it was, you kind of have to go back. You have to go back to the pavement. You got to keep going, and in a sense, it's true. You do have to go back because these things happen, and you're either still alive or you're dead, and you keep going.
So have you been watching it on the tube a lot or on the computer?
Not a lot. No, not a lot. Just enough to get a good sense that it's pretty horrific. Now, compare this to what happened in Indonesia. I mean, Indonesia was probably about just as awful, wasn't it? I mean, I think it was. It's just, I think you throw in the nuclear power plant, though. That sort of
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, not that it would be good on the other hand, but it's just, what's amazing is that it's just Earth doing its thing.
Yeah, but as I mentioned earlier, what can we do to try to stop it? And I guess maybe that's what that HARP is all about. The HAARP, right?
What's that?
That's some sort of secret military thing that they mess around with radio waves or something, and there's speculation that that's how the Indonesian earthquake and or tsunami and the Haitian earthquake were happened because of that.
What is it, like a triggering effect or something?
Yeah, some sort of frequency to kind of like when someone sings and they have such a great voice that they break glass.
It resonates.
It breaks the glass, I guess, and somehow they were able to, with this frequency, they're able to cause earthquakes and tidal waves or tsunamis. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's out there. You guys look it up. It's all on the internet. And I think in a way, that's, first of all, why would they be doing that? I don't really know.
It seems like it would take an awful lot of energy because you have to create those.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. There's amplitude, and then, which that's like how loud something is, and then there's frequency, and
yeah.
But just to create, and then it's like to create. You could have that frequency. Mm-hmm. But if it's not loud enough, it's not going to do anything. And it's like, how loud does something have to be, and how much power does it take?
Maybe they know how to, I don't. Like I said, I don't. I'll tell you one thing. That I think
skeptical.
I'm not terribly skeptical, but I guess I'm open to it. I'm open to everything. I'm open to the idea that maybe there isn't a God, but I do believe that there is one. But I'm open to the idea that maybe when I die and find out that there isn't, then, what I mean?
You're going to have, 40 virgins when you get to heaven.
Yeah, I mean, when I go and die and I find out I only get 26, I might be a little disappointed.
Well, there's going to be like a complaint form you can fill out.
Yeah.
And then it goes through the bureaucracy of heaven.
Yeah. I suspect, though, I'll tell you what happens when you die. You think you're going to die, and you think you're going to find out. You're not. This whole life you're thinking, well, at least when I die, I'll know for sure if there's a God or not. I don't think you're going to find out. You're not going to know still. You're still not going to know.
Well, to know implies that you actually have a brain.
I'm actually certain you will not know.
To know implies that you're going to have a brain to know something, and when you're dead, you're not going to have a brain anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Because your brain is in your body, and your body's going to go, forget it.
Yeah. Well, I know for sure your body is not. You're not in your body anymore when you die.
It's like what if you have Alzheimer's and you die? What if you have a horrible mental illness and you die? What if your brain isn't functioning before you die?
Yeah, but you have a soul. It's your soul, not so much your thinking brain. Yeah, because in some cases, yeah, you're so mentally, you're screwed up in your brain. I don't know if it's mental. I guess it is, or physical too. And so you can't really get going, I suppose, with any kind of thought process. So who knows? Yeah. So anyway, we just don't know. We just don't know. I was going to say though, for your government conspiracy types out there, which I know there's a few watching, and I'll tell you one thing that kind of I always found interesting was there's always a few poignant moments, and you can see it in video. And in this moment, I thought was very poignant. I like that word, poignant. Today's word is poignant. Poignant. You can't really yell it very loud, can you? Poignant.
Poignant.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to yell it out. When Obama, President Obama, went in to the White House and had a little meeting with George Bush after he became president, and they kind of like had to change into the guard. There was something, I tell you, there was something strangely, I don't know if I picked up on it, and I don't know if anyone's really picked up on it, but it seemed like Obama walked into the White House and then he came out a different kind of person all of a sudden. I mean, he came in, he was elected and all this stuff, and then when he walked into that office and he got like debriefed by George Bush, the outgoing president, I'm telling you, something happened there. There's like, okay, here it is. Here's the book. Here, and there's all these like, people there. I'm thinking that's what happened. And there's like, you know what? Yeah, there's a bunch of aliens running the world right now, and we're hanging out with the aliens, and this is how it works. Now, don't tell anybody. Anyway, it looked. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know. We'll never know. Maybe the president doesn't know either. As you guys know,
how do you look? How does anybody look once they get a new job and they go in for the first day?
Well, that's true, but I mean, I don't know. I think there's, it's the club, the president's club. I mean, whatever side you're on, when you become president, there's something happens. I think they right away they go, and they put like some crazy chip inside you or something. I don't know.
They get drunk with power?
Well, I suppose. No, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I'm just talking conspiracy here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess.
I don't mean to shoot you down. I'm sorry.
What were you shooting me down for?
I have low self-esteem right now, and I figured that if I made you look bad, it makes me look better.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, I don't know if that's really the case. I mean, I'm not feeling any worse for the wear talking to you.
Okay. So you how many days did you paint this week? You painted what, Friday, Saturday, Sunday then, or?
Well, I did the show on Friday.
Oh, so that's painting.
I guess, yeah, painting, running, and yelling and screaming, and then. Yeah, the audio on that video is terrible because it's just bad audio, but there's also the musical component was like insanely crazy, so there is no way to control live performances. When you try to capture them on video, it's just really bad. That's why people go in the studio to get better quality sound, I suppose.
What was the group that was accompanying you? Who was it, or what was it?
There's some guys. They're like DJ guys. They were looping what I was saying along with songs that they found, soundtracks, but you wouldn't know what was going on. It was just noise. It was fun though. It was fun.
I'm gonna go.
All right, Paulette, everybody.
Have a good one.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, the Skype, maybe change the Skype preferences. Let me see. That is annoying. That the phone call is pretty bad. Let me see if I can fix that. What's that, Joan O'Farco? What's that? I heard that one wrestler artist guy bad mouthing me. Really? Oh, that's always good. When someone makes it makes you feel like you're making a the guys from Queens. Oh, okay. That's that show out of New York. So he's bad mouthing me. I don't know. That's fine. That's good. I understand. I think you guys got to understand when we talk about art here. I I can see why people think that they hate me, artists, particularly artists that are concerned and determined and focused on depicting stuff and that kind of stuff. There is an anarchistic streak, but also an honest streak, and open to multiple frequencies. I am not locked in. I have freed myself from so many constraints from which many people put themselves in when they are trying to be creative, when they're trying to paint, let's say. I'll tell you what, I tend to think, there's a part of me that tends to think that possibly I have died and and I'm really not here because I feel like myself has gone out of this life that we're in. Not to say that I'm not actually here. I am actually here, but what I'm saying is I feel I've already gone so much, particularly with painting and making art. I've done it for many years now, and I sort of feel I guess the word is a little bit of an altered state, if you will, with the art process. And I know it's again, being criticized about what you do is a good thing. That's a good thing. That means people are upset upset because you're seeing you're causing a different stir in them, and so that's a good thing. In general, art and painting is an introverted operation. There's no doubt about it. Art, making, painting. Most artists are introverted. They don't talk usually when they're painting or making stuff, except for, I say, performance artists, which I guess sometimes people will put that label on me. Though I know that a lot of performance artists would not call me a performance artist, and I also understand that too. And there's nothing wrong with not fitting in, guys. I don't fit in. I don't even look like an artist. I look like a damn, cop, and I don't dress like an artist per se, I don't, fashion-wise. I don't even try to make art to fit in always, I guess I try, but you just do what you do. I do what I do. But my I've been doing this for a long time. 10 years, guys. 10 years. Let's Paint TV, guys. 10 years. 10 years we've been doing this. Without any real support from there's no backing, and probably deservedly so, right? No backing, right? But at the same time, we get our message out there, and so that is worthy of something, and so I'm happy with that. I'm okay with it. And I don't necessarily expect to conquer the world with creativity. I honestly I think it's not possible. Maybe. I mean, I'm open to it, but I don't know if we as humans are really open to it. We're still locked into to the more tangible things. And popular culture, by the way, is generally not a place for art. It is most art is not part of popular culture. It finds its way, but it's never the full It's never going to have that impact. Pow. Well, movies are art. It's true, but that is, those movies generally, almost all of them, are committed and well planned and all that stuff. And that's the part of life that I'm upset about in seeing. You just look at that tsunami. You think Japan, they are the best at predicting and earthquake preparedness, and look what happened. So all that preparation, didn't serve them very well, did it? I don't want to talk shit about that. But what I don't know if that's the right make the right kind of analogy. It's probably not the right place to go there. But guys, think, is that the old adage, think outside the box every once in a while and explore new possibilities. And break the mold, will you? Break the mold. There is no need to do it by the books, okay? There's no need to aspire to be just like Michelangelo, all right? Forget Michelangelo. Forget about Norman Rockwell. Forget about all this stuff. And that's just, I'm talking now about art, since, kind of go back to that. But, guys, there's no need to because, see, I know there's when you have this passion to make something, that is great, and it's exciting. But so many of us, and this is where I'm coming from, so many of us, like me, didn't and couldn't paint and draw very well. Always a battle. I was fortunate to be able to persevere, to be excited by just the little bit of success, let's say, with all this shit of failure around there. But I found an escape. I found this escape, and that's what's propelled me to keep going and keep going and keep going. And man, I am so mad. I do, and I'm not going to get really like mad, but I am mad when I think about it, and when I think about say artists out there who are certain that their way is the only way, and in general, their way is, again, learn to draw first, and observe and draw and do all these technical know-hows and use this and this and this and this and this and this, and that's how you're going to do it, and you're going to do it just like I do it, and then if you do it just like I do it, then everybody's going to have the same thing that looks just like the same thing. And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be an artist. Move on. Do something else. That couldn't be farther from the truth. That's what I'm fighting, guys. That's what Let's Paint TV's about. We fight for your right to be creative. You can be creative, guys. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of shit like that, with that kind of nonsense. Now, some of you are well and dandy, happy. You can do it. You're perfect. You can make little perfect little vignettes and capture, and we're just talking about representational crap. But you can do it, and you can do it like without, and you learned and you studied and you went like all the little proper. You studied under so and so. Great. But a lot of us fall by the wayside. I'm here picking you guys up. I'm picking you guys up and showing that you guys have a heart, you have a passion, and you have a creativity. You have creativity in you. It's in you, guys. And you can let it out. So what? You can't draw, you can't paint. You can yes, you can paint. And you can throw down the paint. and you can explore, you can experiment. That's what we like to do here. We like to show you that you can handle it. You can handle it, and join the creativity train. Get on the train, guys, and get that creativity going. It's not, being an artist is not being a lawyer, okay? It's not being a doctor. Everybody can do it. And for that matter, I guess everybody could be a doctor or a lawyer. But that usually entails some serious schooling and books and stuff. But art is not about that. Art and your passion, it's about your passion, people. And again, I know a lot of you are locked in what you're doing with your advancement, and I don't want to throw you off. I don't want to throw you off the train. All right, I don't want to throw you off the train if you're happy about your struggle, your persevering on that train, and whatever it is. And if it sounds like it's going against what I'm talking about, guys, it's just a whole bunch of possibilities. This thing that we like to talk about, creativity. But that does always get my goat when we're people think that maybe somehow I'm offering some sort of disservice to you all. And that could be farther from the truth. Now, obviously, it may fall on your lap as such, and may represent itself as such as that. But you can't please everybody, and the fact that you have resistance, and people find that you are somehow an anti-creator of sorts, not an anti-Christ, but an anti. Artist, I guess, an anti-artist. That's just the way it goes. Well, guys, that's the end of the show. That is the end of the show. That's it. We talked about it. And I don't mean to. I know I kind of got onto that discussion at the end, but I do feel like I'm up against the wall sometimes with what I'm doing, because I guess it is sort of unorthodox in some ways. Maybe that's the answer to sum it all up. It's just a little unusual. Usually, I mean, after all. I call the show "Let's Paint TV," and what did we do today? We mourned the loss of all those people in Japan, and what's going to happen to them now. This catastrophe. We mourn that. We're just. Shouldn't we be painting? I mean, we will. But I do tend to probably talk more than I paint ever anyway. But we do get to painting. Eventually, and maybe tomorrow. Lowe's, you started your painting last night. Nice. I thought I saw a picture on your Facebook page with what it looked like a painting, and next with a cat or something next to it, or a dog. Was there a dog and a cat? Okay, thanks. I'm glad you liked the show, Mr. N. Priest 101 says, "I'm not an artist, John." Well, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, guys. And again, I sometimes get off track with what I'm trying to do here, but I think deep down, I am trying to help you. Trying to get you guys to think that you could possibly pick up some crayons or some paint or doodle. I know at the same time, I know. Look, I hate writing. And everybody could write, right? And I hate to write, and I damned if I could ever write a book about this, what we do here at Let's Paint TV. And so, I don't. I understand that it's still possibly just surely, don't call me Shirley, an impossible task to try to even to pick up a brush, but I guess it's that I have such joy with it. And again, I pointed out that it's always been a struggle, even to this day. I still struggle with it, and yet I find moments within that struggle to be so enlightening and beautiful, and it's an escape, all that kind of good stuff. And you'd be surprised that you'd be Priest 101. Say you said you played music, so there you go. You're an artist. That's it. You just answered. So, and it's true. One doesn't need to be. Not all of us need to be painting. It's true, but I think possibly, hopefully, we're also showing you sort of how creativity can work through all means possible, and also how to use creativity to tackle insanity of sorts. So anyway, thanks again for watching the show. It was kind of obviously a strange day again, as anybody who is aware of what's going on over there in Japan, but not to mention Japan, but also all these other places, Libya, and those are the places you hear about. But and then just around the corner, say there's awful stuff going on too. I mean, it's this world's just a strange place, and there sure is a lot of joy, but there's just a lot of crazy shit out there. And yes, we can control a certain amount of it. Yes, we could probably do away with nuclear power, which I would be a big fan of. As Mitch McConnell says, the House Majority Leader, well, it's not a time to be discussing about our domestic energy policy. Now's the time to mourn the loss. Okay, yeah, I understand, but you clearly want more nuclear power in the U.S., which is just asinine as far as I'm concerned. But he was not the only one. The Obama administration also wants, or had been wanting up until now, more nuclear power because they see it as a ways to wean itself off the oil. It's true, and there are lots and lots of these nuclear power plants all over the world. But man, how can you be so happy about these things when you see what kind of damage has been done? I mean, if need be, I could bicycle around town. I don't need any gas. You know what I mean? Anyway.